with the meeting, and let me start by welcoming each and every one of you. And online, I see Member America has joined us online. Member Andrikos is online. Okay, so we are quorum also in the house. We do have Member Maran and Member Mackenzie. Let me start by introducing myself as Matlodi Maseko and the chair. Hello.
Yeah, I've also joined here.
Okay, thank you very much, Member Marie. Let me start by introducing myself again. Today we have a standing committee for the cluster visit that happened from between the 26th and the 30th of September. Let me ask the members to introduce themselves for the record. We'll start with the members in the chambers and after the members online. Over to you, members.
Thank you, Ricardo Mackenzie.
Thanks, Chair, and good afternoon to everyone present. Pat Maran.
Members online.
Good morning, Chair. Derek America.
Good afternoon, Chair. Andrikus van der Westhuizen.
Good afternoon,
Chair. Khalil Brankhuis. Oh, sorry, Member Marie. Khalil Brankhuis.
Thank you very much, members. That was Member Brankhuis and Member Kayla Moray. And I do have apologies from Member Lily, Member Mvimbi, and Member Nkondlo. I'm not going to remind the members with the rules of engagement. I think we all are familiar with them. We are going to just continue with the agenda for today. And I tend to believe that the members, they've looked at the report before them. If you can, okay, there it is. Members, let's start with the page 1. Start with your names, if everyone that was there. Your names are there. Member Mackenzie?
Thank you, Chairperson. It's Mackenzie with a small K.
Thank you very much. That's Member Mackenzie with a small K. That's a correction that is actioned as we speak. Can we go to another page?
Chairperson.
Okay, member.
As far as the attendance is concerned, Member Lily, was he there the entire visit? I can't recall. Please help me. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he was with us, but he asked to go for another day. I remember he indicated he had to go to court on the following day, but he was with us the first day.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so he was there for most of the days. Thank you very much, Member. Member Mackenzie.
Thank you, Chairperson. And between brackets, my name, my party, I'm the only one whose party is not indicated. The political party.
Member Mackenzie's name also needs to have the DA there as any other member. We have indicated where are they aligned, the political ideology. It's important to Honorable Member Mackenzie that everyone knows. So don't take that away from him. Shumis, let's go to page 2. Any amendments, any corrections? I don't see any hand from Member Mackenzie.
Thank you, Chairperson. Page 2 under 2.2.1, the first line, I get what it's trying to say. It says there, can I just read the first line? It says the sustainability of the facility was questioned by the delegation and the department indicated. If you read it, it creates the impression that we not questioned, but how can I put it? Perhaps that the delegation inquired about, because when you question somebody, for example, if I question your ability, I bring into question your ability to do your work. So I hope I make sense. If you can just be reworded 2.2.1.
The first sentence of 2.2.1, it says the sustainability of the facility was questioned by the delegation, and the department indicated that the building conformed to. So member is saying that when you say questioned, it's like you are querying that, so there must be another English word that has to
Because
be.
we just asked, there was a
Yeah.
question asked. Was it wel 'n interrogering?
Yeah.
If I'm
Meneer Van Meer.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, maybe we can, I can't see where this glass is close anymore. Maybe we should just change the sentence, and I'm just thinking aloud, you can help me. Maybe we should say the delegation inquired about the sustainability of the facility, after which the department indicated blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Do you have it like that, Shamise?
Energy requirements.
You can see that.
Oh, can I see there? Sorry.
just also send me a WhatsApp. He's also
Shamise,
good.
you're at the wrong place. You're at the wrong place, my dear.
Yeah, is the, you said you can't say that again? The department inquired.
Yeah, the department, what did I say? Who numbers remember? The delegation inquired.
Chair, if I may.
After which the department, yeah.
Okay, can you POs help me out here, because it's going to take a long time while we correct one sentence. So if we are amending or we are correcting a sentence, someone has to write it, so that, no, she's writing, but it's slower, so that we get the
Okay.
flow. Member Van der Westhuizen?
Thank you. Chair, my concern is with the word sustainability, because, it's not as if we've said that the building is not sustainable. I think it had all to do with the energy requirements of the building. So perhaps the delegation inquired about the energy requirements, after which the department indicated that the building conformed to energy efficiency. Building inquired about the energy requirements, but sustainability means this place can fall apart tomorrow, in my mind. It's not sustainable. We'll have to close it down.
Okay, member, you go slow on us so that they can do that. That sentence that you said, you say,
Delete sustainability.
Remove sustainability.
okay.
And then what about the energy requirements of the facility?
What?
Energy requirements.
That's my proposal, Chair.
Okay, so now it says the delegation inquired about the energy requirements of the facility, after which the department indicated that the building conformed to energy efficiency requirements of SANS. Makes sense? Okay, thank you very much, member. I think it's accepted. Let's continue to page 3. I don't see any hand. Page 4.
Sorry, Chair, just page 3.
Thank you, member.
The last sentence there, I don't know. Mr. Rajesh Dula, I think Dula is spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dula on page 3, the last sentence is not Dulab. Dula. Thank you very much, member.
Is it spelled like that?
Oh, apparently spelled that way, member.
Okay, respect the spelling, Chair.
Pardon?
Respect the spelling of the person's name.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 9. Members online, you have to just jump in. I'm not looking at the laptop. Page 10. 11. 12. Yes, Member Mackenzie.
Can I, on page, or not on any of the comments, but where are we, if we should, we've raised issue around we know the load shedding, and I remember we discussed it extensively at some of the sites where it was off, and I've raised it in subsequent committee meetings afterwards as well, where the department was present, to see how we can assist the current owners of those, or the current operators of those containers, and the future owners with appropriate measures to combat load shedding. Because we did discuss it there. I don't know how, what.
Jay, if I can just come in here, is that I was at Tetanati on Monday, and the matter in the general Bredasdorp area around electricity security was raised by the business chamber, and the municipality's response is that they are working on a plan to enable the municipality to be more self-sustaining as far as energy is concerned. So, I don't know if Honourable Mackenzie perhaps refer to this particular site as to how it can be done, but I think it is a concern that was expressed by the business chamber that affects all businesses in Bredasdorp in particular. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, I'm a bit lost, but I'll find myself. So we're on energy, and then we talked about security. Remember was talking about?
No, remember rightfully talked about energy security.
Energy security.
Yes. No, thanks for sharing that, Member America, but what I specifically wanted us to ask, because it happened while we were there, the shops couldn't open because of load shedding. And it wasn't only that, it'll happen again because we are still load shedding. So what I wanted to say is that when the department, when they look at assisting these individuals, they've done a great job in creating those opportunities. But when there's load shedding, the people can't function. So what I'm trying to ask from the chair first is if we can put something in here that the department considers providing support during load, or when they fund these SMMEs, they consider measures to assist with load shedding, whichever way it goes, whether they give them 20,000 for battery, I don't know, want to get involved in the technical details, but it's just something that we observed when we were there, and I'd like them to look at it now that we're not there anymore.
I think, members, what we need to remember is this report, this resolution, these recommendations that can be here is what you said on the day when we finished, on that specific day. But there are issues that as a chairperson is going to be, you identify, like when you're talking like this, Chairperson Member Kayla Murray is around here to pick up that, to make sure that maybe they put it in the slot. But if we talked about it, it has to be here. This is all the reflection of what we said, the recommendation on that specific day. Now, if we are going to add, it's not going to be a suggestion. You have to come with what do you want us to put in here so that we don't debate what we are thinking about. Tell us, what do you want us to put in here?
Yes, Chairperson, I can't imagine that we've missed something as big as load shedding because it was there when we were there. So apologize if I missed it on that day, but I just cannot imagine that we could miss something as big. Yeah, that the department consider providing small businesses with support during events such as load shedding. But I get the point that you make. You don't want to add new stuff. I fully respect, but I can't imagine that we've missed something as big as load shedding. Assisting SMMEs through their booster fund, because this was specifically, the Lesedi was specifically through the booster fund. Yeah. Yeah, to get the...
Are you happy?
Yes.
Members online, are you happy?
Fine with me, Chair.
Happy?
Okay. You're covered. Okay. Thank you very much. That was page 12. Now we are on 13. And after 13 comes 14 and 15.
Chair, on page, I think it's 15, 821.
Thank you. Go on, member.
8212, and then it should be 8213.
Yeah.
And it follows there.
Okay.
And then lower down on that page, there's also a typo with the name Bredasdorp at the bottom of that page.
Bredasdorp. On the same?
On the same page?
Yeah.
Last paragraph.
Okay.
Second sentence.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, member. Bredasdorp.
And then, Chair, if I may,
Yeah.
When we come to the Mill Park housing, it depends on where lines and so on are going to break. But I do see that, for example, on the copy that was circulated or on my screen, it shows the 590 and then it breaks the 950 Rand is on a new line on a new page for a 3-bedroom house of 55. It is just above 8.3. The second last thing is above 8.3. Now, Microsoft Word has got the function, if you press Control Shift and then space bar, it will put in a space that will not break at the end of a line. Okay. And the figure of 590,000 will all remain in one line, whatever future edits are made. So you delete the normal space and you put Control Shift space bar. Okay. It might not show now because it's okay. There you've got it.
Yes.
And also, just for consistency, I think we haven't used cents, so that 0.00 is probably superfluous. If I think that all the other amounts we just stopped at the rand. Thank you.
Okay.
Just for consistency. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Member Enriquez. Okay, that was 15, then 16 and 17 members.
Chair, I just want to check with you.
Yes.
Because as I can remember, the first presentation that we had was about the woodpeckers. And I don't see anything about the woodpeckers because we have specific there at that place, at the nature reserve specifically, and we have specifically raised the issue because in the presentation they were saying it's groups of men, and then we have said that we have to make sure that we also include women. Those were the woodpeckers, the wood makers. What do you call them?
Yeah, the
woodcutters.
Woodcutters, yeah.
Woodcutters. But I don't see anything about that woodcutters in the overview or background. I'm just raising it. So.
I was wondering woodcutters, I don't say it's a bed.
They in the presentation basically, and they call them the woodcutters, groups of men.
Dominated
by men. And what we basically have said, if it's possible, also to include women in those groups, because it's a business. And
I think it was a difficult one. Remember, and can you switch off your mic and also, it was a difficult one because those are small businesses. That means those men are the ones that were interested. So the inclusivity, it had to be. So I don't know if we are going to write about it, and members online, you have to help me because that is the men that are interested in that. But how do you tell women go and do it? How do we talk about it? Because it's not the department per se. The department support already established small businesses to be enabler, not starting from the ground to say that you can go and do that. So how do we go about in motivating that? How do we put that in? I understand what you're saying, but I don't know how do we put it. If you can
maybe the discuss it and how it unfolds from that presentation basically was to say that, but you have to look in future whether you can include. I know the explanation that was given is more men that's basically interested, but what we have said is that please make sure basically if there is if women are interested, how you will include them, because it's a type of a small business.
Yeah, Zahida. You were there.
And then there was also a second one.
Chairperson, then perhaps we could include that as a recommendation.
Mm.
And under, you see that visit was divided up into the sour fig harvesting project and the Klipgat cave. So if Member Maran would like, then he could just formulate a recommendation, a resolution recommendation, and we can put it under the. You see, the sour fig project is different, the Walker Bay is different, and the Klipgat cave is different. But the chairperson is online if you'd like to give direction, because he.
Yeah, because the focus was on those two. Now the woodcutter is another. Chairperson, Member Andrikas?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Chair, as you know, I belong to a party where we don't believe in quotas, but I think what Honourable Maran might be, accept is if we say that perhaps, we would just like to ensure that everybody that would like an opportunity is given an equal opportunity to be able to become a member of such teams or to benefit from those initiatives, but that we don't prescribe quotas, but that we say we would like to just have the assurance that that equal opportunities are given to whoever would like to be part of those wood cutting teams.
Member Mara?
Difficult one, Chair. The reason why I've raised it because at the same way, and when we have started, basically, we have started with the wood cutters. The first presentation was about the wood cutters, and then the figs followed after that, if you can remember. That's the only reason why I've raised it.
Difficult because we got lost, so I'm depending on the members too. But the core of the issue is that members saying that the woodcutters, small business was dominated, or opportunity in there, it is dominated by men. He just wants also the opportunity to be given to women who are interested in that. So it's just a matter of highlighting that.
So Shireen, the paragraph after.
Agree, Chair.
It's okay, Chair.
Is it okay that way, Member Andrikas?
Yeah, I have now something, but I just started typing here. Sorry, am I audible? Yes. To confirm, because it needs to speak also to the heading, above A, to confer with the officials of Cape Nature to ensure that the opportunities to harvest wood, encouraging equal participation of men and women.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Member. Thank you, Chairperson. You did capture that, eh?
Chairperson Shireen is capturing it.
Okay, thank
And
you.
if Shamiz can't put it in now, we can put it in afterwards.
We can put it after.
because
We'll do
also
that with
listen
the
to that.
amendment.
But we've captured it, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Also, remember, Serene, that there at that venue, and that's women basically who are dealing with the fix, also told us, and I'm not sure it should be captured within the resolutions, but what we have said that the Department of Agriculture must bring them and Casidra together because they were busy also with food gardens, that same group. That's basically what we have said that specifically.
Yes, member, it has been captured
Oh,
in
it
the
has been captured.
resolutions as such. We have included
Okay,
that.
thanks.
Okay.
That is included. That means we are on 16 and 17. And that is what we were talking about. So that means we are on 18 and 19 now. Member Mackenzie.
Chairperson, on 19, there was a recommendation that they must take us to space. I don't see it in there.
Member, you say that again?
See, there was a recommendation that they must take us to space. I don't see it in there.
Sorry, Chairperson, the problem is we don't have space passports, so we can't include it there.
I think on that one, Member Mackenzie, I remember you talked about it, that the recommendation is that the members have to be taken to space. We are still trying to get the directions, and the supply chain will look into that. And with the budget, the budget cuts, it won't be, I suspect it won't be possible because it won't be enough. And members, I present the report as you see it. Can I get a mover and a shaker?
I propose that we adopt the report with those amendments.
Thank you
I
very much.
second that.
And seconded. Thank you very much. Seconded by Member Mackenzie and Member America. Members, that is what was on our agenda. Now, the second one that is not on the paper, the beginning of the year, just before the SOPA next year, we'll be going for the cluster visit as we always do every year. Number one, we have to have the leader of the delegation, the chairperson. And number two, because of it's the beginning of the year, that means before we close the meeting today, we have to get the indication of those members that will be going for their cluster visit to confirm, to make it easier for our procedural officers to start with their plannings, and also the direction of where we are going. Now, I'm going to request that maybe we get the proposal of who can be the leader of the delegation for the next cluster visit, which it will be next year, February. We have to make sure that we start now. Any proposal?
Chairperson, I don't know if you can see my hand.
Oh, over to you, member.
I proposed Honourable Mackenzie to be the leader of the cluster group that will be visiting wherever we're going.
Thank you very much. Any another proposal, Member Mara?
I don't have a problem. America, in terms of who should lead.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't see any hand raised. Member Mackenzie will be the leader of the delegation for the Cluster B for the cluster visit in the new year. And members will appreciate if you can send the email to confirm that you are going to attend that. And if members can just indulge me to leave the seat to get Member Mackenzie to come and sit, you have to say where are we going, and we have to agree and we continue so that we don't come back to talk about that. Thank you, members. I'm done with my part.
Chairperson, is the meeting over?
No, the meeting is not urgent. Member Mackenzie is going to
Oh.
sit here to do the arrangements of the cluster
Okay.
so that we don't call you to come and sit and do the plannings. I'm trying to cut the red tape. You know, we are in Western Cape.
And point taken, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Member Johan, you wanted to say?
Jefferson, I just wanted to say thank you for asking the members to indicate via email who's going, because we need to do procurement this side of the year because it's peak season that time. But I just wanted to mention members are obviously also allowed to send a WhatsApp if it's easier for them. They can send it to Nomfundo, so it's in writing if they're going, because it's going to be from 6 to 10 February. Thank you very much.
Okay, members, did you hear that? You can send the WhatsApp to your procedural officer that is on your quick WhatsApp so that it can be in writing. But importantly, so procurement is starting like from Monday. Send that email or the WhatsApp. Member Mackenzie?
Thank you. Do we have the exact dates when we're going?
We are going 6 to 10 February.
The 6th of the 10th of February, members. So that will be 2023. The 6th of the 10th, that's a Monday until the coming back on the Friday. We're going to create a WhatsApp group by a coordinator, which will obviously be Johan. Can I ask you to be the coordinator for that group? You're firing yourself now. And then yes, so members, we will create a WhatsApp group, but it's important that we get the names through, who's going and who's not going, so we can start making all the bookings from now onwards. That's a Monday to a Friday. What time did we leave the other time? 12 o'clock in the morning. So I suggest we will obviously try also leave the Monday morning early so we can get out of traffic. The area we're going to do, I know there was a request for Cape Winelands, and I know there was a request for the Laingsburg area, Oudtshoorn, those areas. So I think we'll have to because we're going to go by bus, I think it's easier. Then we can try and coordinate that we go to those areas. That is, we'll work around it efficiently. But we haven't been to deep side in a long time. But I think the deepest we can go is Oudtshoorn, because the other areas will have to find another trip. But I would like to coordinate and plan it that members don't sit the whole day in a bus and that people don't travel 3-4 hours in a bus. So we'll manage it. We'll work on something. If you say you're going by Monday, when we'll create the WhatsApp group? Today. Then we'll draft the program over the week and we'll send it through by Tuesday so that we'll need confirmation by the 30th so they can start their procurement. So Johannes, you want to say something?
Gee, no, it's fine. I'll liaise with you. I think the Cape Winelands is maybe not a bad call because it's also closer to the Laingsburg area. Yeah. And I've heard rumors that we might have the opening of Parliament next year in the Laingsburg area. So that will make the whole cluster visit just easier there, including Laingsburg, and one can maybe stretch it up to Oudtshoorn.
Yeah, but I don't want us to spend 3 days in Laingsburg because we were there the last time well, for 5 days, it's nothing to see, but 3 days. Yeah.
No, that's why I say if you do it in the Cape Winelands, then it's much easier than to just go up to Laingsburg for one or two things.
Okay, so remember Maseko.
Chairperson, I think Laingsburg can be the last day. We've got options of around Laingsburg, so we can do where it's needed more. So we have to get, and I don't know if you already talked about this, but I'm sorry to move on. The last time when we engaged, we talked about the public hearing rather than going for an oversight, because the committee themselves, they'll go for oversight. But if we go there to have the public hearings, to listen to the communities of what is it that they want to see happening, it will add value more than when we go and look at the structures and without engaging the community. So if we can maybe tweak it to make it different now that our engagement is more with the communities rather than with the officials only, I think it will add more value. That's my personal feeling. I don't know, what do the members
Okay,
say?
I like that idea.
Chair, I've heard you've mentioned also Oudtshoorn, because if the Honourable Maseko is saying that Laingsburg can be the last day, then it means we'll have to spend 4 days in Cape Winelands. Whether we can do the same as we have done last time. I think, Serene, we have slept over at Maatjiesfontein Hotel, and then we have done, what first was that? Was it a...
Chairperson, can I just help the member? That was the Human Settlements Committee.
What I'm saying, how we have done it,
Okay.
was to sleep over, say for instance, the last day in your Cape Winelands, then drive straight to a venue where we will stay over, and then the next morning, Laingsburg, the same way that we have done it with Human Settlement, and then that same day, we have left for Oudtshoorn, and then Oudtshoorn, the last.
Remember, Johan?
Chairperson, we must just remember we have got 5 committees and we've got about 7 departments involved in those 5 committees.
Yeah.
We normally worked on 2 activities per day. If you look at the area that we need to cover, we're going to spend a lot of time in the bus. So we need to decide to narrow it down so that the traveling between activities is not too long. And perhaps then we must say we have to cut 1 or 2 to make provision for traveling. I heard what Member Maseko said about the public hearings. Chair, we must just remember that if we are going to do that during the day, then a lot of the communities are at work and will maybe not be accessible for public hearings. Unless we do it in the evenings, then that's a different story. Then we can maybe fit in something else during the day or travel per day and then in the evening have an activity.
Can I be before I Member Maseko? I see this hand online, Member Murray.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to support Member Maseko's idea of doing public hearings. I do have the copyright and performance protection bills coming to me, and we were looking at starting a public hearing or public participation processes for March. But if we're doing it in February, I think that should still be fine. I have had a brief discussion with the presiding officer on it. So I would like to use that as an opportunity to kick off with my public participation for the bills as well. Thank you.
Okay, so you want to do a public hearing on your bill, but I think it's different to what Member Maseko saying, a public hearing to listen to the communities. I just want to make sure I hear that right, Member Maseko.
Thank you very much. Look, Chair, I hear what Mr. Gutierrez is saying, but here's the deal. We have tetanati that happens during the day. And always there are people in those tetanatis because there is the stakeholders that get to be informed of the public hearing to come and talk to us. So the most important thing it will be for us to get the theme of what is it that we are going to talk about when we go to a community based on what are the pressing matters within that specific community. Then we invite the stakeholders to to come and talk to us. Then it's easy for the standing committee that is responsible. We'll have to divide the issues as we hear them to send to different committees to deal with them. But if we go to look at the project, it's a short year next year that we'll have to maximize with the minimum time that we'll be having for the parliamentary program, because we're going to have a very short parliamentary program. And I don't know, I think it will add more value if we hear the communities, what is it that we are doing right, what is it that we are not doing right, for us to come back to talk to the executives about those issues.
Chairperson,
Go first, then Member Murray, yeah?
Sorry, Chair.
Member America, you can go.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Now, I certainly agree with Honourable Maseko that we structured it along that. I think public hearings will add a lot of value for the community, because often they're excluded from the work that we do. And I would support your proposal that we consider doing Oudtshoorn and Kannaland, and perhaps, as Honourable Maran said, perhaps a day in Laingsburg as well. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to propose that we spend 2 days in Cape Winelands, starting on Monday morning and Tuesday, and then on the same Tuesday leave for Laingsburg. Not having a program, but just to wake up on the Wednesday morning and having this specific program that the Honourable Maslode is speaking about on Wednesday. And immediately after that program, well, it will be public hearings, right? We are leaving for Oudtshoorn.
Sorry, Chair. I did have my hand up before Honourable America. If I can just come in as well.
My speaker wasn't working. Member Moran has made a suggestion. You want to add more, Member Moran?
Yes, then starting the morning on Wednesday in Laingsburg. And as soon as we finish in the afternoon or late afternoon, leaving for Oudtshoorn. And then in the morning of Tuesday or Thursday, having our program in Oudtshoorn or Duisseldorf, whatever. And again, in the afternoon, leaving for our last stop.
Wait, Member Bombas, no, Member Moran, continue.
Which might be in your Langeberg area. Thursday evening stay over. The next morning have a program in the Langeberg area, and then after that leave for home. If someone got another proposal, it's fine. That's mine.
No, that's your. Thank you. Member Murray.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just want to get some clarity. Is it not possible that committees themselves can choose whether they want to do a public hearing or rather do an oversight visit? And then I also just wanted to suggest that in terms of themes, perhaps we focus on jobs this time. We focused on well-being previously. It would also be a lot easier for my committee if we focused on jobs this time round. Thank you.
Thank you. No, you're certainly right in your interpretation. If we're there, we obviously go as a cluster. We want all members to be there. But I personally think previously, Jan, we broke away and had a public hearing, I think a public meeting, I can't remember often, but it shouldn't be a problem. But let us, Member Moran put a proposal on the table, but I could flip it the other way around, Member Moran, and hear my logic. Because if you leave from here, you're spending your whole afternoon on the road. Tuesday afternoon is basically gone. What I'd propose is we start that side of the world in Oudtshoorn. So you start in Oudtshoorn the Monday. So we leave here the Monday morning. Then we go straight to Oudtshoorn. Then we have spent your 2-3 days in that area, Oudtshoorn, Kannaland, come back to Oudtshoorn, then we come back to Laingsburg, Prince Albert, and I think Member Moran mentioned somewhere in the Swartberg. So we do I remember Van der West station earlier. So we do 3 days there. You leave then coming back to the Cape Winelands, let's say Thursday. Because then you're in Cape Town basically. So you do the Oudtshoorn Monday afternoon, Monday morning, we leave fairly early because you would have, you'd have woken up early anyway Monday to go to work. So you can wake up early to get the bus. So in the bus, you don't have to come into town. You can meet the bus in Belleville or on the way out. N1. So you can meet the bus on the way out. We leave 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And then we get to Oudtshoorn. We pick you up in Worcester the afternoon. So we do a nice program the afternoon in Oudtshoorn. Then maybe member Murray do a public meeting. And then we sleep over Oudtshoorn. Tuesday the same, Oudtshoorn and surrounds. Then we come back, maybe we do Lensburg. And then to sleep over there in Matjiesfontein, go see the ghosts. And and then Wednesday we do Prince Albert / Toosrivier. And then Thursday we closer to town. We can incorporate. I saw somebody mentioned. Remember America mentioned somewhere else. Or Oudtshoorn / Kanaland. We can fine tune it. We'll fine tune it. But the principle, we start at the end and then we come back end of Friday afternoon in Cape Town. Does everybody agree with that principle? Yeah.
I'm happy to, thank you.
Okay, and then
Yes,
member
Chair.
Mari will then include her public hearings, either 1 or 2 days. She can choose which 2 towns she'd like to do her public hearings, public meetings, and then we'll do public hearings as member Maseko suggested. Member America, you had your hand up?
No, Chair, I've lowered it. Thank you. I agree with you. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll get in details. Me and Johannes will discuss in details. But in the meantime, colleagues, can you give projects in those areas you want us to focus on? So member Mari Indik is already, she's got a committee meeting that she'd like to do. So she's already got an eye on something and she wants to do jobs like she says. And I'm sure member Andrikas are going to identify 1 or 2 good Cape Nature projects that you'd like us to visit. Member Miriga is going to maybe try 1 or 2 municipalities that is keen to attend, whether Kanaland or Oudtshoorn. And then in Cape Winelands, I'm sure member Maran will give us 1 or 2 projects that he's keen on. So I think, say there's something, public hearings in Oudtshoorn or Prince Albert, so I get that, yeah. So we don't have to do, if Matjiesfontein is further, the hotel is further down to Lensburg, right? So we don't want to go backwards unnecessarily. Or is Matjiesfontein the side of Lensburg? Okay, so remember, Andrikas, I got what you're saying, but the principle is right, and we'll do the draft in the meantime. Between me and Johannes, we'll do something. We'll put it together. But the earlier we can get out of town, the better the prog for the week. Then you don't have to, because then you literally save 2-3 hours on the day. Anything else that I've missed? No hotel vouchers. These places have restaurants. We need to stimulate the local economy. We must stimulate the local economy. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Remember, Mari's right. Yeah, you're going to invite us for a braai as well. Anything else?
Sorry, Chair, if I can I just want to make 100% sure we're on the same page. So myself and Zahida are just WhatsApping. It's always those furious WhatsApps that you don't see. I just wanted to clarify. So we'll have our public hearings, and then we also need to schedule an oversight, or will we be covered by the public hearings in terms of our committee?
It's completely up to you, Member Murray. And then can I just quickly ask, does anyone, and this is a question, have a problem, because one of the members asked, in leaving late Sunday? Overtime, I know, I can hear where that comes off. You would prefer. You have no problem with it. You have no problem. Oh, you were shaking your head. Monday, okay. Monday. You lost members.
No problem,
Okay.
Chair.
Say again?
No problem for me.
No problem at all. Okay. Okay, no overtime is a problem, right? Okay. Okay, colleagues, we'll discuss the oh, no, after Sunday, so 1 o'clock Monday morning. No, just kidding. Okay, we're gonna discuss it in detail and we'll send it through. But the earlier we can get, I know it's a long week and I know it can get very tiring. We've done this many times before, but yeah. And then the advanced team will have a combi, right? Okay, so those of us who wants to leave Sunday night with a combi, we'll let you know. Because there is a combi, Mox, yeah. Cool, yeah, we'll let you know. Sorry? That's why they call the advanced team. Thank you, colleagues. Anything else? You'll ask for overtime. Well, yes. Where's the lunch?
Can we request that chairperson just sign off the minutes after we've tweeted the minutes? Must have put it on the screen. We've got the budget. Oh, yeah, we do.
Do you have a budget meeting now?
No.
Yeah.
Just ask them if it's on time.
Oh, the meeting's adjourned, colleagues. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson.